Every version of your life that you desire already belongs to a specific version of you. And that's not a future you that has done more, achieved more, hustled more, or proved more. But it's a version of you that simply sees themselves differently. They think differently. They carry themselves differently. They operate from a complete different sense of who they are and what is available to them. And that is what quantum identity shift is. It's not a gradual evolution. You don't have to work towards it, but it's a deliberate, energetic decision to stop identifying with the old version, the limited version, and instead step fully into the new version. The one that is courageous, that is aligned, that is abundant, that experiences immense freedom, whatever it is that you desire. But to do so not eventually, but now. Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to this Quantum Identity Shift Light Language Activation. Through this activation, we're going to collapse the old identity at its energetic root and activate the quantum shift that will help you move you into full alignment with who you are becoming. And to do so much, much faster than you thought possible. Because you do not have to work extra hard to change your life, or you don't have to do a lot of different things to change your identity or to create a shift that you desire. But once we're working on identity level shift, you're shifting in the now. It's happening much quicker. So you can start seeing the shifts in your life. Because you're operating from a complete different identity level. Because in order to create the shifts that you want in your life, create the life that you desire, you must change your identity to the identity of you who already lives that, who believes it's possible. And that's what's possible with this quantum identity shift activation. Now, if you are ready to actually go deeper with this, into this identity work, then I want to invite you to join me for the Living from the End 5-day challenge, where we spend 5 days fully embodying your future self. And you also learn how to live from that identity now, not sometime later, but now. If this resonates with you, if you're really sick and tired of trying to make a change in your life, trying to manifest or whatnot, but it's not really working, then I really want to invite you to join me for this 5-day challenge, because it's really about the identity shift. It's about really living from the end. That's what creates the change, the shifts in your life that you desire. The link for this challenge is in the description below. We've started on June the 15th, so it's going to be 5 exciting days. And I would love for you to join us. So again, link is in the description below. But now, let's move into this activation. So if you're ready to shift your identity on a quantum level so you can start experiencing real shifts in your life very, very quickly, then please join me here by placing both feet on the ground, getting grounded, getting present, getting centered. Take a deep breath in, breathe in light and love. And on your out breath, drop into your heart and then close your eyes. And I want to invite you to let go of anything that doesn't need to be here. Let go of any worries, any doubts, I can't do this is not possible. Let all of that go. And just simply open yourself up, surrender yourself to this present moment. You may call upon your soul, your team of guides, your higher self if you so wish. As I too now call upon my team of guides. The highest, best, most loving angelic guides, galactic guides, dragon guides, and light beings that can best support us now. Please step forward and connect with us. And surround us with your beautiful presence and uplift us so we can open ourselves up to receiving all that is to our highest and greatest good. And help us feel safe as we surrender our current identity to this upgrade. We ask for assistance, and please helping us dissolve every thread of identification that is still tying us to the old version of ourselves, the limitations it carries, the ceilings it believed in, the smallness it mistook for safety, releasing it completely across all time, space, reality, lifetimes, and dimensions, so it no longer has any energetic authority over who we are becoming. And please clear our nervous system's loyalty to the old identity, the deeply wired pull to snap back into who we used to be the moment life gets uncertain, and recalibrating our system to recognize the new frequency as home. And please release the belief that identity shifts happen gradually, that we have to earn our way into the next version of ourselves through time and effort. Collapsing that program and activating the quantum truth that the shift happens now, in our body, in our field, in this moment. And please activate the full energetic signature of our chosen identity, dropping its frequency, its presence, its way of moving through the world directly into our consciousness and our physical body, so it stops being something that we're reaching toward and striving towards and becomes something that we simply are, that we live from. And also heal any grief, any guilt, or any loyalty that we carry towards the old version of ourselves, honoring what it supported us through while releasing it permanently, so nothing within us keeps pulling us back to who we no longer are and who we no longer want to be. And please anchor the quantum identity shift as complete and irreversible, sealing the new frequency into every layer of our being so deeply that the old identity cannot reassert itself, and the new one becomes the only truth our field knows how to operate from. And so it is. Enak uranacht arale ik urast e Neretach turstena ler urkan ek unak anere eturastere elana anere eturastere elark atere elura ne enna steru urk atere eluk anere katale ketuku urka anere etura nara atale irwate kustere enna anere ek ulla atere elurk atere elurk arkta nara atere elurkata. We now call forth any and all old identities in this lifetime, in past lifetimes, in future timelines that are limited, that are based on lack, on proving themselves, not believing more is possible. We call these identities now to the forefront to assist them in transcending their limitation, transcending them into a higher essence, so they start believing more is possible, so they start believing that they can have anything and everything that they desire, that they let go of any limitation, transcending all that into love and light across all time, space, reality, lifetimes, and dimensions. Enukastere eturk at ek uranere etura astere ella lele lula lelula te nakata arata nere turk at eluka nera ate kusturu uraka anere keteketu urkata alekete narkate kurkata arakitu urkata arakitu nere eturka atere eturastere ella kata arakate ek unaka an ek un at enustere and any identities that are holding back, that are resisting this transformation, we invite them to surrender. They have done their job up until this point, but now it is time to let go of the old, the limitations, to leave behind the past, and to transcend into a new, higher way, taking on a new job, a new role that is more supportive, more aligned with who you are becoming. Ek unnastere ennak alekete nuk urka anera at eru urka a. Nak alekete enuka astere ek urk atere ek urkata anarkata ek unak at eru urstakata anarkata enukurkata urkata anarkata. We now also send a healing wave of high frequency golden light across the timelines to assist any other identities, imprints that you have embodied, to dissolve any limitations, to dissolve any lackful beliefs and thinking, any ceilings, dissolving all that is not ready to be released into love and light across all time, space, reality, lifetimes, and dimensions. Nek enane estu, ek unnaka an ek unan, ek unan, ek unan, ek unnuk ust et urata, nek elurk an et urat ura, nek ennuk ust erkt ennuk urka. Now we also call forth the essence of identities of you that are living a higher, more aligned life, a life of more abundance, of freedom, of happiness, of joy, of fulfillment, of ease and overflow. Calling these imprints, the essence of these identities into the here and now, invoking that within you to call forth these aspects of your future selves, calling it in. Ik urk anekete enus tekete urst enek alekete urka nek enuk un at eustere nek urk at erukurkete enek alekete urkete anerkete anenurkete, invoking that quantum identity shift within you now, recalibrating you at the deepest level from within your body, your mind, your emotions, your essence, your DNA, and even your field, your energetic signature, recoding all that to be a match to this quantum identity shift. So from this point forward, you are no longer who you were at the beginning of this transmission, but that you are a new, a more aligned version of self, that future version of you who lives the life that you desire. Nek enukustik unark anena lere eturk an etu ek unna lakata anarkete elak arkata arka atenu rastre elakata ne erkata arkata urkata alere etura astre ek urk atre elarkata anarkete nukustra. Now also recalibrating your energetic signature, that from this point forward you're emanating a new signature, a new frequency that you're sending out into the world, that then starts drawing in people, situations, circumstances, experiences that are more aligned with who you have become throughout this quantum identity shifting activation. Ik usteret enaik ustere el arkach nek enuk ulast eunast euka neretalek urane stural erwash ek anarka ek ustere ust anare et urachta. And so it is, and it is done. You have shifted your identity on a quantum level. Hold on to this from this point forward. It is within you, but you must make the conscious choice to operate from that new essence, that new version of you from this point forward. To not revert back, because it is always a choice to revert back or to stay aligned. We wish to invite you to choose that what is in alignment with who you desire to be. Not become, but be, because you are that now. You've adapted that identity through this activation. Now choose to be that from this point forward. Blessed be, beloved. Blessed be. And you may take a deep breath in and breathe in light and love and let that settle. And whenever you're ready, you can open up your eyes again. Come back into here and now. Perhaps feeling a little different now. Perhaps you are looking around now and something seems different. Perhaps everything still seems the same, which is also perfectly fine. You can always re-listen to this activation again. But also know that this activation is still going to continue in the background to really help you make that quantum level identity shift. But now moving forward, it's really important that you choose to start living more from the end, to start being the version of you who already lives the life that you would love to live. And here it's not so much about the big things of, let's say you want to be abundant and you go out spending. That is not what I'm referring to. But it's like how you're showing up in your world when it comes to, let's say, money or anything that usually cause you to feel kind of constricted or anything like that. That from this point forward, you start responding in a more aligned way. You want to really work on the identity. That is going to be important to make the shift in your life. And like I mentioned earlier, join us for the 5-day Living from the End challenge. It's going to be so powerful, where you receive even more recodings to really help you really embody your future self on a deep inner level. And so you can start showing up as that version consistently every single day. So if that feels aligned with you, if that resonates with you, then click the link below in the description. Join us for the 5-day Living from the End challenge and start changing your life. But thank you so much for being here, for having allowed yourself to shift your identity on a quantum level. I really hope that you start noticing the shifts in your life. Perhaps be open to it. Perhaps pay attention to it. And start making choices from that shift, from that new identity. Okay, but also check out these other 2 activations here, the Living from the End activation and the Embody Overflow activation. 2 powerful activations that can help you even more to really shift your experience, shift your awareness, and change your life. So thanks again for tuning in. I look forward to connecting with you in the next activation, hopefully also inside the 5-day challenge. Until then, have a wonderful day and namaste.